There's a verse that's found in Hebrews 8:10, and in the New King James Version it reads, "I will put my laws in their mind, and I will write them on their hearts, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people." I wanted to see how this verse was read in the original language. And in the New Testament, we know that the original language was the Greek. And so I went to try and translate it, and I was so amazed at the depth of the original language. So instead of saying, "I will put my laws in their minds and write them on their hearts," the original says, "And I will put me in their minds." Can you imagine? Well, it only makes sense, right? Because if God is a reflection of His law of love, putting the law or putting Himself in our minds would be the same thing. And then the verse continues and says, "And I will write them on their hearts." Instead of that word write, it says inscribe. Jesus Christ would inscribe the same word used when He gave the 10 Commandments on Mount Sinai to Moses. He will inscribe it on my heart and on your heart. And then it ends by saying, "And I will be their God." But the original says, "And they will be gods to other people." Wow. Can you imagine the weight and the responsibility that God would put Himself into our minds, that He would inscribe His law into our hearts, and obviously, consequentially, we would be gods to other people. We would be a reflection of His character, His love, and His mercy. This reminds me of a story I got to witness. It's a real story. We were helping out at the Broward Outreach Center around Christmas time, and we were handing out socks and food and things for people in need. And towards the end of our trip, the socks ran out. And a woman approached me and says, "Amanda, I didn't receive a sock. Do you have any more? Do you have an extra?" And I looked at her and I said, "I'm so sorry, but we ran out." The woman next to her, who also only had received one pair of socks, said, "Here, you can have mine." I was shocked. You see, sometimes we give out of our abundance, but this woman gave out of her necessity. And the truth is that when God inscribes His law into our hearts, when He puts Himself into our minds, we will be gods to other people. And that day, that woman was a powerful witness of the love and transforming power of Jesus Christ in our hearts. Because when Jesus lives in our lives, we will give selflessly and live radically for others.